To me, it's about a patient comes in after an accident or they come in to have elective surgery, and the team that I work with work together to make that patient leave the hospital with a newfound freedom of being able to be pain-free or to have recovered from a serious injury, and that's always a really positive thing for a nurse to be able to do.
It's a really exciting time for trauma and orthopaedics and a great time to join. Currently, we are a major trauma unit. We're also a national spinal hub. We've got our nurse practitioners that are integral to that. With the development of major trauma, we've got the ambition to become a major trauma centre within the next 5 years, which is really, really exciting. And there's lots of joined up work that the emergency department and orthopaedics and trauma will do to make that a real success.
Historically, the spinal cord injured patients stay in this hospital before they go to rehabilitation in Sheffield. However, because of the long stay of patients in Sheffield, they want to start the early rehabilitation in Norfolk and Norwich. Hence, this SCI transformation program came about. It is a great opportunity wherein we are able to showcase that Norfolk and Norwich are able to look after spinal cord injured patients really well.
The patient comes with a problem, and within a couple of hours of surgery you can change that, and so you can give them a fairly quick answer to that problem. And yes, there's the recovery, and you can guide them through that, and you get the challenges from that. Orthopaedics has got a lot of exciting challenges, and for that we've got a new orthopaedic centre opening called NNUH. We've got 2 new theatres, it's got 21 beds, and it's all just for orthopaedics, which is very exciting for us.
Whether you're walking in the corridor, whether you're in an outpatient area or on a ward, you're dealing with a whole mixture of different people, and they're vulnerable people that come into the hospital, and actually you're there, you feel as if you're actually helping those members of the public on their journey as patients in the hospital.
To become a nurse practitioner, I always felt supported by my colleagues. It's a very welcoming team, and we support each other, we challenge each other as well, so we can all grow and provide a better service as well. You can have different presentations every day, and you can see the patients becoming independent again, which is really rewarding.
Career progression is super important to us in orthopaedics. We have many different channels that are from our HCAs to go up to be nurse associates. There's that path there, and there's also for our trained nurses, you can either go for the deputy sister and then the ward manager posts, or we have a fantastic team of orthopaedic nurse practitioners which do a more sort of specialist clinical role, which is another path that our nurses can go down. So there is a multitude of options for people to come into orthopaedics.
You learn absolutely everything, resus to CPR, sepsis, it all goes in. But settling in on the ward on my second day, it's really lovely. It's a really lovely little ward to be on.
There's the elective patients that will come in fit and well for their hip or knee operation. So they're generally quite fitter, sort of generally well patients, and then it's a case of after their surgery, obviously their mobility is much worse, initially due to pain and things. So that side of things is kind of about rehabilitating them back to sometimes better than they were. The other side is obviously the trauma side, which is kind of patients that have had fractures due to falls or multi-traumas, so high-level traumas where they've been in a road traffic accident and had multiple injuries. We also deal with quite a lot of spinal cord injuries here, which is really interesting and really quite exciting from a physio point of view.
It's a great team. I've worked here for many years. I love the patients, obviously. I love seeing them come in and, they have their operations and you see them progress. And I just love to support everybody, really.
I never knew what I wanted to do as a kid, but it's kind of something that I like the idea of knowing how to help people. If anything happened, I like the idea of being able to help. I feel like that's a skill everyone should have, really. I think it's like there's such a broad variety to orthopaedics. I feel like you never know what you're going to walk into.
I just enjoy working with a different range of patients, all different ages, all different injuries, lots of polytraumas, which is really interesting with lots of different injuries and stuff to treat.
and just helping people recover really and get home eventually.
For me, as senior matron of the emergency department and trauma and orthopaedics, I want to ensure that staff are supported with their learning and development to make sure that patients are given and delivered the best possible care.
I see like some nurses who have literally like worked all the way from the bottom, and I just feel like that's what I want to do.
There needs to be lots of nurses in the world. Unfortunately, there's never enough, but if we can help anyone be a nurse, then we definitely should.